Blur, shut up. Done. Tell Blaster to go full transform.
Welcome back to the Titanium Hangar. This is Mike, and today I want to talk to you about FansToys Tube, their take on a G1 pipes, this FT-57. This is another solid release from FansToys. It's not just a repaint of their Huffer, and for that, that's actually something to commend FansToys for. It is a completely different figure. But we're going to take a look at this. We're going to do some comparisons. I did get this at show, so I'm going to have a link down below where you can get yours. But let's go ahead and take a look at FansToys FT-57 Tube coming up. All right, taking a look at the box here. It looks pretty good overall. The thing about this is that with it being a drawing, they're trying to signify that it's supposed to be a cartoon accurate version and not like a toy accurate version. So there it is. Looks pretty good. You see pictures of the alt mode, the cog, the figure, and typical fits right in with your Takara stuff. But I do also want to show, if you do order from Show Z, they send some stickers. I think this one got these stickers. I can't remember, because I got like 4 things this week, and I'm going to be working on 4 of these. But you can either get them, they'll either send it to you like this, or you get some with some Maximals. I don't think everyone wants the Maximals, so they don't give these out as often. I don't think they order as many. Also, you get stuff like this with some collector cards. There's like a Slug, and a Dreadwind, and Starscream, and a Cloudburst. So it's kind of fun. All right, take a look at him right out of the package. You're going to have to do a couple of things. I think the arms are all just kind of wonky. You just make them face forward, and then the feet, you pull them down, and then you slide them out, which coincidentally, you just push them back in to get them slid back in, but you pull them down and give it a slide so that they come out just a tad bit. It's not a huge difference. It's such a minor, slight difference for the feet, but aesthetically, it makes a little bit of difference, and then for you to get the posing with the ankle rocker and all that kind of stuff. But overall, he does look a little simple, a little plain, because that is Toon. Toon accurate is going to be a little simple and a little bit plain. This big old giant chunk in the back, this being like this makes it easier to transform. There's less to condense, but it also makes it more accurate to the show, and I'll have a little clip in there you can see. But the blue all is actually painted. At first you look at it, you think, well, that's just bare plastic. No, it's actually painted. You see the little bit of glistening in it because of it has paint. And then, of course, the silver's all painted, and then we've got paint on the face and all that. But it's a nice looking figure, actually. For a little mini bot, it's hefty. It's got die cast. All the joints are nice and tight. So I think he's a pretty good figure overall. And so with that, this is also going to show and prove that FansToys could make anything they want, however obscure, and it's still going to have interest in the community to buy it. So I don't see like there's really no limit to what they can make. But let's take a look at some accessories. It comes with this little cog here, and this from the episode, the 5 Faces of Darkness, episode 5, I believe, is the episode where he installs it into Metroplex, and that works. That's a lot of fun. He also comes with extra faces. You can have that face. I think it's more of a toy face, and then you have extra eyes to swap out, which I'm really not going to mess with all of that. It's just something that it's not different enough for me to even care. I'm glad they included it, and I think that because they didn't really have much else, and this is the biggest pivotal moment for this character, is the only reason they included that one little accessory. But it is cool. It's done well with translucent in it, and it gets the job done. All right, let's take a look at the articulation on this guy, which is pretty good. His head is side to side, up and down, and whatever else you want to with this transformation joint, which is pretty fine. Shoulder goes out to here. If you want to mess around with the wheel and disconnect it, move it, you can get a lot more out of it. I am not ever really going to bother with that, but that's kind of what you're going to get with there. You got the bicep swivel, you got the double jointed elbow, you got the hands that just are static right here and then open right there. And he doesn't come with a gun. It's connected to his arm, which you could do something along the lines of that, and then it would look better if you put his hand like that so that he can aim. You do have the waist swivel, you have the very nice ab crunch, not quite Magic Square level, but still very nice. And then you have the old school 2016 hip flaps going on right here, and then This goes out to their friction. It is not ratcheted to the side, but ratcheted to the front. And you do have the thigh swivel built in, kind of some sort of a universal there. You do have a really nice joint here. It's not quite double jointed, but it goes way past the 90 the way they have designed it. It's very, very tight. It feels good. And then the feet we've already shown. You can pull it out. You can get a little bit out of it. Some up and down and some stuff. And maybe I didn't pull mine out all of the way. Maybe it pulls out a little bit more than that. But it's enough for me. Gets the job done. And you position it just right. He's quite stable. And for comparison, it is comparison time. Checking it out with a Huffer. I don't have a G1 Pipes. So that kind of goes to show the fact that I don't even have a G1 Pipes. Never bothered picking one up, and I'm excited about this one. So that's pretty cool. I don't even have any other third-party ones of these. I've seen the X-Trans Boss, but I didn't bother. I didn't see the point. But I do have some other Huffers to compare to. And this is the FansToys. This is the Bad Cube, which the Bad Cube probably should have made the second video, which is the second place video. He should have had a nice little second place ribbon on him. But still looks great. I think this one might make a great one in alt mode. I probably should have done that. But looking at them side by side, way different than this. And actually, I would think almost fits in with this a little bit better because of the big box behind them. But still, fantastic looking figure, fantastic looking team. Here's what he looks like with a little magic and a little Bumble in his life. That's the Magic Square Prime and Takara Bumblebee. Still the best Bumblebee on the market so far. And compared to the Titans class Metroplex, he's asking Metroplex, so where you want it? Now that he's done asking Metroplex how he wants it and how does it feel, tell me how you want it. Let's get into transforming this guy. We are going to open that up. We're going to open this up. Get these hands ready to go in there. Is that the right way with the hands? I feel like the hands need to go. Is it the other? Does that matter? Shouldn't matter. That shouldn't matter at all. Anyway, I get over and do the same thing on the other side. Always starting with hands on these master PCs. Disconnect that tab. Open this up. Is that right? There it is. I just don't understand how that can make that big of a difference. Which side the hand is. But it makes a difference. Edward Pipe Hands here. Okay, so we are going to... There's a tab and a slot right there for that to go into, and then there is going to be more fun stuff for it to connect up here. And let's get this situated, not open back up, situated, tab and slot, and press it into here. Looks nice. For a start, we're going to come down here and mess with these legs. Getting down to the legs, we are going to pop the leg open. We're going to open up all of this fun stuff. The whole point of this is to collapse it down, or what people like to call combiner horsing it down. Make sure you work it in there all the way. Get that snapped in place. Tab that in, fold the foot around, clip it down. Come on. Slide it down. There we go. We're going to do the other side, pretty much the same way. Got to pop open this. Flip this out, down and out. Get that out of the way there. Bring this around. And then seems like it's a little easier to, almost want to have the arms out of the way for this. It almost seems like it'd be easier just to work it in from this angle first. And here we go. Put that in place, close that up. Flip this around, and then it's going to close down. And then it's all going to close up with two tabs in place. And then Now we're gonna re-put these back in place. That's some fun stuff there. All right, open the head, come down here to this tab and pop that tab up. It's going to open this. Then we're going to be able to open this up and start forming everything that needs to form the cab. We need to pull these pieces here out, which is kind of a little bit tricky. Just got to clear everything. Just get it whatever angle works just right for clearing all of this, which I'm having trouble clearing the top for some reason. There it goes. We'll flip this around and just tab it in. Form the side. M is for Mike, by the way. If you didn't know, he put his best friend's name on there. It worked out just right. Pull this out, flip this around, tab it in, tab it in, tab it in. Then we're gonna pull this head up in there, put this into place. Sort of. It's not that hard. Come on, Mike, it's not that hard at all. But this stuff keeps wanting to disconnect. No disconnect and no disassemble. No disassemble, number 5. Okay, let's make this a nice solid square. A lot of Masterpiece Transformers do it, and they get solidified once you've got them in there. All right, now we can plug this into the back and this into the back, and then go around and just tab everything in. It's a pretty simple transformation. I'd probably make it look harder than it really is, because it's not that hard. You got to go around and just keep tabbing everything in. But yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. All right, here he is in his alt mode, and I think it's a nice looking alt mode. It works really well, and for a relatively simple FansToys transformation, is probably one of their better transformations. Even though my man-handling of it doesn't look like that so much. I'm not exactly sure why. I'm not sure if you're supposed to have palms up or laces out or whatever to get these to clip in just right. That's my only problem with it, but just give it enough pressure, it'll hold either way. But it does have some transparent headlights. It's got silver right here, and it's got actually, is that painted black on the inside of those right there? Then on the side you do have, it's painted black, which looks like sort of translucent. You can already see a little bit of paint rub on this and that, so that's like a bad idea to have all of that getting the paint rub on it the way it has to transform, but that's still not a big deal to me. And is it transparent? Are you seeing through and seeing the blue? That might be it. It might be transparent. That might actually be transparent. You're just seeing blue on the inside. It is, of course, just white paint on the back, and there's not much to speak to on this vehicle. There's the bottom of it. There's the sticker QC. There are, I don't know, I think this might be screw hole covers on it too. I didn't notice that in bot mode. But yeah, it looks good. I mean, there's not really much to say about it other than if you want to do like a hack, if you left those tabs up, you might be able to connect a trailer. I'm not pulling any trailers out for this guy, so I'm not too concerned about it. But I would think that they would have engineered trailer attachments. But speaking of trailer, let's take a look at him next to some other figures. Here's next to Magic Square Prime, and since they're all about the same size and Magic Square is pretty dang clean, let's just look at a clean one here. And yeah, it looks good. Next to him, looking at the front face, he is supposed to be smaller, and he is. And but he does feel like he can kind of stack it up like a mini me. Oh, this is a hint for Halloween there. Hey, mini me. Not really. Here is next to the G1, and I got the G1 gear still up here. It's not very often I do 2 FansToys figures side by side. It's kind of crazy, isn't it? Like one after the other. How often do you get 2 FansToys figures, completely different figures, in the mail in the same week? Kind of a special week, right? Okay, I got like a Legends McFansToys Huffer just hanging around. I forgot he was even around here, but there he is. Comes in handy for this, right? And then let's see, what else do I got? I've got ruler of the sun. No, it is the roller FansToys. I mean, that kind of makes sense, right? Kind of in the same department. What else do I got laying around here? Oh, look, we got a couple of second place contenders as I keep them in my alt mode if they're second place. But this is the MMC, which is still a great alt mode and not a horrible figure. Not a bad figure at all, actually. And then we've got the Spindrift 2.0. They adequately named it 2.0 as the second place figure. Now, as I mentioned last Friday, this is still the best alt mode for a hot rod. Takara's looks good. Alright, so I guess that's all she wrote for this guy. It's a nice looking figure. The FansToys tube, FT-57, their take on a pipes, and a solid figure. And I did get this at Shows. You got a link down below to get yours. And I just say this is one of the more obscure ones, but it's still one that people are pretty excited about and have a lot of fun with. A great transformation, very solid, a lot of heft to it, but he is a little bit obscure, on the obscure side. But hey, I'm going to come out and support it because I don't think we're going to get a better version of this. The X-Transbots one wasn't that great, and I don't really know of any others. Not even Bad Cube. I don't know if Bad Cube did one. If they did, I completely missed out on it. But anyway, let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Like and subscribe, and Tydirium, hang around.
Ready for